Former President Trump speaks out after pleading not guilty to the latest charges filed against him, and a majestic display on the water makes one man's birthday extra special. The rundown starts now. This is Straight Arrow News, bringing you unbiased, straight facts. Today is Friday, August 4th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ray Bogan. Former President Trump pled not guilty to 4 felony charges in a Washington, D.C. district court Thursday afternoon. Trump is accused of trying to overturn the result of the 2020 presidential election. If Trump is convicted of conspiracy to defraud the United States, he would face a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. 20 years each for the 2 counts related to obstruction of an official proceeding, and an additional 10 years for conspiracy to violate rights. The magistrate judge agreed to release Trump on the condition that he does not break federal law and that he makes all required court appearances. Just before leaving D.C., he made a statement in which he called the case a persecution of a political opponent.
This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him.
The first hearing before the district court judge who will oversee the trial is scheduled for August 28th at 10 a.m., but the judge agreed to waive Trump's appearance for that hearing. The trial has not been scheduled, but Trump's defense team says they want as much time as possible to review the evidence. For more on the case, head to SAN.com. The Justice Department says 2 Navy sailors have been arrested in 2 separate cases for transmitting sensitive military information to China. In one case, Navy sailor Patrick Wei is accused of sending pictures and videos of an amphibious assault ship to a Chinese intelligence officer. It is also alleged that Wei sent approximately 30 technical and mechanical manuals. For doing that, the Justice Department said Wei was paid $5,000. Wei allegedly had sensitive information regarding the ship's weapons, propulsion, and desalination systems. He was indicted for conspiracy to send national defense information to an intelligence officer working for the People's Republic of China. In the other case, Navy sailor Thomas Zhao has been charged with receiving bribes in exchange for transmitting sensitive U.S. military information to an intelligence officer posing as a maritime economic researcher. Zhao allegedly sent the officer plans for a large-scale U.S. military exercise in the Indo-Pacific region. He's accused of giving details on the specific location and timing of naval force movements, amphibious landings, maritime operations, and logistics support. The sailor is also accused of photographing electrical diagrams and blueprints for a radar system on a U.S. military base in Okinawa, Japan. The Justice Department said he received nearly $15,000. If Zhao is convicted, he would face up to 20 years in prison. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Energy announced it will extend an oil production cut of 1 million barrels per day through September. The ministry also said it's possible the reduction could be further extended, deepened, or both. The kingdom's daily production is expected to be about 9 million barrels per day. This cut was first implemented in July when the average price of gas in the United States was about $3.54 a gallon. Yesterday, it was $3.82. There's also a separate agreement to reduce production amongst OPEC countries that will continue until the end of the year. Pope Francis addressed an estimated 500,000 pilgrims at World Youth Day in Lisbon, Portugal, Thursday. He told the crowd there is room for everyone in the church. During a separate address at a Catholic university, the Pope called on the students to address climate change and economic inequality. He said earning a degree should not be seen as a license to pursue well-being, but a mandate to work for a more inclusive and just society. When Pope Francis arrived in Portugal Wednesday, he met with victims of clergy sexual abuse. He's scheduled to stay in Portugal until the end of the weekend. While there, he's expected to hear confessions, visit shrines, and participate in a mass before returning to the Vatican. The College Board says Florida has, quote, effectively banned, unquote, advanced placement psychology classes in the state over a section on gender and sexual orientation. Florida's Parental Rights in Education Act restricts the instruction of those topics in the state's classrooms. The College Board said in a statement Thursday that it would not modify the course, and any class that does not address gender and sexual orientation should not be labeled advanced placement. The state's Department of Education responded to the College Board's accusations and said the board was, quote, playing games with Florida students. The state said the department did not ban the course and it remains listed for the upcoming school year. This move comes after Florida's decision earlier this year to block AP African American Studies classes because the state said the course was not, quote, historically accurate. Finally this morning, we want to show you a beautiful sight only Mother Nature can provide. A New Hampshire man recently went tuna fishing off the coast of Cape Cod with his 3 daughters. It's an annual trip he takes for his birthday. But this year, something happened that is absolutely unforgettable. 3 humpback whales jumped out of the water in near perfect unison. It's being described as a whale ballet. To top it off, a 4th whale breached seconds later. Home builder Robert Addy, who recorded this video, described the sight as once in a lifetime. Addy said it was a welcome home because he just returned from a humanitarian aid trip to Ukraine. And those are your top stories for this Friday morning. Thank you for choosing Straight Arrow News as your trusted source. Be sure to check out more of our work at san.com and subscribe to The Rundown as a podcast to hear from us every weekday morning. Unbiased, straight facts. That's Straight Arrow News. Have a safe day and a great weekend.